It's Tuesday, it's lunch break. I'm on the road, so coming to you from a hotel room for a change. Not the best of environments, but no, last week I was in a car. Suppose this time it's a little bit better. So today I want to talk about that Rassie press conference yesterday. Yesterday in lunch break, I asked the question why Rassie would postpone the team announcement till Thursday. I knew that the answer would come very quickly because I put that lunch break out at about 12 and the press conference was just before 12, so I didn't have time to listen to it, but I knew the answer would be coming, and Rassie didn't disappoint. He pitched up with Jaco Peyper, his referee consultant, and clearly they had a lot on his mind, and we were right. He did have a lot on his mind. First question asked, why do you only announce the team on Thursday? No, it's all about respect, and we want to give the All Blacks less time to prepare and everything else. I mean, all the other times he announced the team on Monday or Tuesday, does that now mean he didn't respect those teams? So please don't shoot me. Got a point to this. You'll see what it is. Watch till the end of the video, and so the point is that it's buying respect. I don't think so. I think it's more a question of there are some Springbok players that might not be ready quite yet, and he wants to make sure that they maybe have the best chance possible of being ready to play. I'm talking about Sia and Oxia. You mentioned them being on the bubble kind of a thing. Whether it's a good or bad thing to include players on the bubble on the Thursday before a test. That's not typically Rassie. He always used to say, if you can't train on a Monday, you can't play on a Saturday. Yeah, I know, maybe it's a bit of a different situation. I also have a sneaking suspicion Andre the Giant might not necessarily be quite ready, maybe waiting for that a little bit. So, I don't buy the 2 days extra, just as a sign of respect. I don't buy that at all. But again, don't shoot me. Wait until the end of the video. You'll see what I mean by that. The other thing Rassie talked about, and that's I think why Jaco Peyper was there as well, is the fact that South Africans are now supposedly slowing the game down. Now, this goes back to the new referee engagement rules, whatever you want to call them, that World Rugby introduced. In the old days, you could talk to the referee before the game, and each team could do it and everything else. Now they've introduced a new rule that if both coaches don't agree to the meeting, there won't be a meeting. And if there is a meeting, both coaches have to be in the same meeting. Obviously, there's not going to be a meeting this week, it seems like. So how do the All Blacks, or the Springboks for that matter, get their message across? They go to a microphone, like Rassie did yesterday, and like Dave Rennie and Tana Umaga and everybody else has done as well. So what have the All Blacks been saying to those microphones? What's the message they've been trying to get over there? No, South Africans are the Springboks are slowing the game down. They, dawdling along to the lineouts, are taking time to set up a scrum, all kinds of things. And Rassie, was quite adamant that that's not the case. And he referred to the 4 tests plus 1 game against the Barbarians that the Springboks played this year. And in one of them, he says, the Springboks slowed the game down deliberately, not one. And he went a bit further. He said, look at last year's matches, the one in Auckland at Eden Park and the one in Wellington. Those can't be accused of being slow or being slowed down. Clearly not. Here's where Martin Devlin has to take a drink. The drubbing in Wellington wasn't a slow game by any chance, by any stretch of the imagination. So he was quite adamant about that. Jaco Peyper backed him up on that. And I like that kind of a thing. So this gets me to my point. I said in the beginning, I don't buy it for 1 second. It's all spin. It's all mind games. It's all trying to grab the initiative. It's all trying to get the upper hand mentally. And I love it. That's my counterpoint. I don't buy it. But I love it. I love it especially because it's our coach, the Springbok coach. I love the fact that he's so clever and he thinks things through. And he, there's a saying that says, in Rassie we trust. I don't always buy into that philosophy. Obviously, he knows more than we do. And I'd like to be, proven wrong. I have been proven wrong often, almost always. I like that. I like the fact that he's doing this, getting out ahead of things. That's another cliche that I can use there. He wants to grab the initiative. He wants to take the microphone back from the All Blacks. And this is exactly what he's been doing, putting the initiative that we respect them and everything else. But everybody knows that's not the entire story. Putting down the story about the Springboks slowing down the game. Everybody knows there's something behind it. Like I said, the All Blacks have been, had the upper hand a little bit with that side of the game. I saw it in our comment section about everybody accusing the Springboks of slowing the game down. Rassie is refusing that. So now there's doubt in Matthew Carley's mind. Matthew Carley will be the referee this weekend. I like that. That's what a coach should be doing. You can't be on the field yourself. Your job is off the field. I don't think there's anyone better in world rugby than Rassie. Not taking anything away from Dave Rennie. He's not a couch potato or potato himself. He's quite good at it, I'm sure, but we'll see. It's still early days for him. But the All Blacks are confident. 6 tests or 6 games in, they think they have the upper hand. I like the confidence. But like I said in the beginning, I don't buy all of this. I don't buy any of it for 1 second. But I love it. Tell me I'm wrong.